Hey, I want to become a real estate investor, but I have a question. Do you think it's worthwhile for me to get my real estate agent license first in order for me to become a real estate investor? This is one of the most common questions I get from aspiring real estate investors. They're wondering if becoming a real estate agent is beneficial for them in their real estate investing journey. Welcome to my channel. My name is lor.vang. I am a real estate agent and an investor in the greater Milwaukee area. And I create video content to help buyers, sellers, and investors just like you. So if you have this question, then you have arrived at the right video. So let's get right into it. What are the pros and cons of getting your real estate agent license if your ultimate goal is essentially to become a real estate investor? Hold on, let's back up a little bit right here. Is it even necessary to get your real estate agent license in order to become a real estate investor? And the short answer to that is no. You don't have to be a real estate agent in order to become a real estate investor. So that's cleared up right away, okay? And a lot of real estate investors, they don't get their agent license because they want to stay in their lane, right? They want to stay in the investor lane, and they would prefer to hire out their expert real estate agent in the markets that they're investing in. And so that's just how they operate. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to get your real estate agent license in order to become a real estate investor either. So if you still want to get your real estate agent license and you want to know what the pros and cons of having that license and becoming an investor is, then let's jump into that, right? What are the pros and cons of doing that? So let's begin with the pros. One of the first ones, you get access to the MLS, the Multiple Listing Service, which is a database of all the properties that are for sale in your market, in your state, that you get access to. Even sometimes you can even see all across the US potentially. And so this gives you several advantages, right? Now you have speed to the data, speed to the new listings, and you get the most accurate data for the market. So you're seeing the actual sold numbers, you're seeing what's pending, what's expired. You get access to all of that data at your fingertips without waiting, without having to talk to an agent, a middleman, to send you the data. So what does that do for you? Well, speed to the deal, right? So now you have all the listing documents at your fingertips. You can analyze deals faster. You can move quicker. So along with that, you're a real estate agent now, so you can represent yourself. You can write your own offers for purchases. So again, that's going to get you in the door faster than other investors will. And along with that, if you're the type of investor who is always looking to buy the deal, the one that's on sale or as low as you can, well, instead of bothering real estate agents to have them draft up multiple lowball offers for you left and right, you just keep shooting these low percentage chance offers to get accepted and kind of, just using up a real estate agent's time to do all that. Now you are the real estate agent and you are the investor. So feel free to shoot your shot, right? So now you can throw those lowball offers out all day long. The next benefit is commissions. As an agent, you earn commissions whenever you buy or sell a property for your client. But if you are the client, say you're buying a property, well, you can actually earn a commission on the property that you are buying. So you could apply this to the purchase in the form of a discount at the end, or like a closing credit, or however you want to apply it, right? And then if you have a partnership as well, you have other investors who are the buyers with you, but you are representing the partnership, the LLC, right? You can still get paid your commission that you earn to represent the group, or you could use that commission as part of your contribution to that partnership. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, if you decide to sell a property and you want to represent yourself as the seller, as the agent, you could go right ahead and do that. Now, there are reasons why you may not want to do that, but I'll talk about that a little bit later in the cons. Another benefit of being a real estate agent is that you can grow your real estate professional network even larger, right? So as a real estate agent, you're working in the industry as well, hopefully, so that you're actually utilizing your agent license. And what this does for you, it connects you to more people like loan officers, contractors, appraisers, inspectors, attorneys, and of course, other real estate agents. So what does that mean? Why would you want to be friends with other real estate agents? Well, because they're the ones that have listings as well, right? So whether it's on market listings or off market listings, perhaps it's a property that's pretty ugly and it's not quite market type, condition. Well, if they have a lead on something like that and they know you're a real estate investor and you have that relationship with them, they might give you the first crack at that before they decide to list it or, whatever they want to do. And at the same time, you can also get referrals, right? So now you can get referrals from other agents who might have investor clients who maybe that agent is not an investor savvy agent. So instead of trying to take that task on and, fumble through it, they might just refer to you because they know you already as that go-to person in that field. And at the same time, if you know other investors in your network, they know you're also an agent, well, guess what's going to happen? Maybe they might, offer you to list some of their properties for sale, or they might even use you as well to help buy more properties for their portfolio. The last benefit is knowledge, because knowledge is power. As a real estate agent, of course, you have to take the educational courses, the trainings, and even after all that, you've got your license, you still need to take continuing education every couple of years to maintain your license so that you are up to date on all the newest laws, regulations, contracts, ethics, marketing rules, and all of that stuff. So now you also become fully knowledgeable on the entire buying and selling of real estate. So when you're sitting in the chair as an investor, buying or selling, you know what exactly is going on in that entire process. Okay, so we covered the pros. Now let's talk about the cons. One of the first cons is the time and the cost involved to become an agent, because it isn't exactly free. It costs us money to sign up for the courses, costs money to sign up for your dues, that, your joining fees once you have to join the local NMLS, and then your brokerage fees, you have to pay for those, software that you're going to need. So there's quite a lot of expenses required, and then also a lot of time that you need to invest in studying to take the courses, the classes, to pass the exam, get yourself licensed. And then of course, every couple of years, you have to take the continuing education. So there is some time involved. And of course, if you decide to actually take on a full-time job as a real estate agent as well, then of course that's going to take away from your actual real estate investing time that you have too. So of course, it's going to be a trade-off. How much time do you want to spend on the investing side? How much time do you want to spend on the agent side? So this is of course also assuming that you don't have a regular full-time job. Another con is conflict of interest. As an agent, you have fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of your client. So this means that you cannot use your insider knowledge or influence to get an unfair advantage over other buyers or sellers, including if they are your client. So for example, if you have a potential investor buyer that comes to you, sends you a deal that they're interested in buying, well, you can't just go under them and go take the deal away from them, right? That's conflict of interest. Another con of getting your real estate agent license and being an investor is that you are exposed to more liability and risk than an investor who does not have an agent license, because many states require that if you are a licensed real estate professional, you have to always disclose to other sellers, renters, buyers that they are dealing with you, a licensed real estate agent professional. So it has to be like level playing field, right? They have to know that you have a certain skill set, experience, license that you practice in real estate, whereas a normal seller does not. They may not understand all the contracts. They may not understand all the rules and the regulations and things like that. So there are certain things to follow, or else you could be sued, fined, taken in court for violations, things like that. So, and then coming back to selling your own property as an agent, right? There are risks involved if you are thinking about, potentially ever selling your own property and representing yourself as the agent. So think of it, for example, as if you were going to court and you're the defendant and you're also representing yourself as the lawyer trying to defend you. So because, you may have potentially committed the crime and you're also trying to represent yourself to defend yourself, well, it's hard, for you to defend all potential questions because you are the person who knows everything that's been going on. So to relate that a little bit more to real estate, if you were a real estate investor, say you're a flipper, right? You bought a fixer-upper. Well, if the buyer were to find something wrong with the home after they've closed, after a while, they could come back and they could potentially sue you because you were representing yourself as the agent and selling the home as the owner. So they could come back and say, hey, this person did all the work. They had to know about this. And so in a court of law, if you go to court, chances are it doesn't look good for you because, again, you did all the work. You should have known. It's hard to argue, right? So that is something you might want to keep in mind if you are thinking about selling and representing yourself. So those are some of the major pros and cons of getting your real estate agent license and being a real estate investor. And so since I am both, I wanted to share my personal experience. I actually started off for the first 10 years as a real estate investor first. So I was investing already before I decided to get my agent license. And the only reason I decided to get my agent license was that I wanted to really ramp up my portfolio. And I also had happened to quit my W-2 job at the time. And so to make extra stream of income, I decided to get my agent license. And it was a really good decision for me because what ended up happening is I got additional knowledge on the whole real estate transaction process. I learned about the sales contracts and I learned about, what exactly is the role of a real estate agent. So now when I'm sitting on the investor side, I'm working with other real estate agents and they're representing me. I know, how things go. I know what an agent's supposed to do. So that is very helpful. So for me, my decision to become a real estate agent was probably one of the best decisions that I've ever made because now every day I get to wake up and I get to work in real estate, which is what I love because for me, I had already been a real estate investor. And ultimately for me, my goal is to have enough streams of income where I can have financial freedom. That is my ultimate goal. So the freedom to work wherever, physically, location, wherever I want to be, and then also to work whenever I actually want to work or not want to work, right? And so with eXp Realty, my brokerage that I'm at, that really allows me to achieve my goal because eXp Realty is one brokerage across 50 states. And we're also in 24 international markets. So that really allows me to work and be partnered up with other agents all over the world, essentially. And on top of the active agent income that you make whenever you sell a property, right? So your sales commissions that you make, eXp Realty offers you other multiple ways to create income. One of them being you actually get rewarded stock. So there's multiple ways that you can be rewarded stock, which is ownership of the company, equity that you can actually build. And so, whenever you want to sell something off to give you some extra income, you could do that. Or whenever you're ready to retire, that you have that nest egg ready, just sitting there for you. And then the other passive way that you can create income at eXp Realty is through their revenue share program, which is similar to essentially building up your own brokerage under the eXp company. And so what that looks like is partnering up with other agents who want to work with you, where you help them to be successful and you get to participate in their rewards. So for example, whenever they make a sale, a part of their commission gets paid to the company, gets paid to eXp. So 20% gets paid to eXp. And then you get rewarded 50% of that 20%. So 10% comes back to you as their partner. And so this is really cool because, if you help your partners to become successful, their success is your success. So there is aligned interest in the company to help each other to be successful, and then that helps the company. And so that is truly amazing, and not many other brokerages can offer that. All right, so I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully you got some value out of it. And if all of a sudden you're like, hey, I want to become a real estate agent, how do I get started? Well, send me a DM, a comment, an email. I can help you out with that. Or if you're interested in eXp Realty, if you're going to become an agent, you want to join, or you're already an agent and you want to switch, I can help you with that as well. Or if you don't want to do any of the agent stuff and you still want to invest, I can help you with that as well. And so if you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe, hit the like button, hit the share, help me out here so that I can get my content out there to the people that need to hear it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.